Valerie Robinson lives and does her banking here in Blairmore in the Crow's Nest Pass. She's been a CIBC customer for almost 30 years, but now her local branch is about to close. Robinson was out of town when the bank posted a notice on the door at the beginning of September. It says the branch is permanently closing in February. She complained to a bank representative.
The representative actually didn't really feel that she could do anything. She just said, well, those decisions are made somewhere else and I can just write down your complaint.
The branch ATM will be gone too, and Robinson's worried about the town's access to cash.
A lot of our community is based on cash. You're not going to have a kid going around with a debit machine to sell their raffle tickets.
There are other banking options in town, ATB, Scotiabank, and RBC, but Robinson is wary.
This could be a snowball effect of banks in all small communities. They feel that they can save money by moving out. And so which bank do I move to? You know, it's like rolling the dice. Are they going to be the next ones to close?
Dozens of local residents shared their complaints online about CIBC's decision to leave town. Some said they'd take their business elsewhere. Others wondered about the future of in-person banking in the area.
Things move a little slower in small rural towns like Champion.
Small town bank closures do have a history in Alberta.
And now Champion is losing its only bank.
Bank's been here since 1910. And I don't know. It's just shocked people.
Very soon, Martin and everyone else will have to drive 10 kilometers to Vulcan to do their banking. You may not think a little town losing its bank is a big deal, but it is if you live here. And what's happening here in Champion could soon be happening all around Alberta. In fact, right across the country.
That prediction came true. CIBC closed 12 small-town branches in Alberta from 2014 to 2024. In that same period, Calgary and Edmonton lost just 2 each, and Lethbridge lost 1. We asked CIBC why it's closing the Blairmore branch. The bank told CBC News it's because of ongoing lower business volumes, with most of its clients now banking digitally. As for the closures happening more frequently in small towns than cities, the bank said the decision to close any of our banking centres is not taken lightly, and we carefully consider all options before doing so. It's not just CIBC. The rest of the Big Five also closed more small-town banks in Alberta than city branches in those years, except BMO. This is Vauxhall, population just over 1,400. And this is where the CIBC branch used to be. It closed in 2018.
And this is the town hall. Until 2022, it was the last bank standing. Scotiabank gave it to the town as a parting gift.
What's left? One ATB office with minimal services and a few cash machines with fees attached.
Anyone in Vauxhall who needs in-person services from a bank has to travel at least 36 kilometers to Taber.
Kim Cawley has been the mayor of Vauxhall for 3 years. She's lived in or near the town her whole life. Cawley says being bankless has been hard on the community, especially seniors who don't bank online.
It's tough to drive out of town, especially in the winter months when the roads aren't so good. I think it impacted some local businesses as far as, their cash deposits or needing, floats for their tills and that sort of thing. To have to drive out of town during business hours is also difficult.
The percentage of people living in small towns without any banks is going up. And while many banking services can be done online, this consumer advocate says sometimes when it comes to people's money, there's no substitute for human contact.
Sometimes some people may require help from an individual, speak to a real person. And I don't know if you have ever tried to speak to a real person when you call a bank. It's not always easy. Also, we do know there's a lot of frauds ongoing, so going physically to a bank when a situation comes up may sometimes be a good idea.
The federal bank regulator does have rules all banks have to follow when they close a branch. They have to give notice, 6 months if the branch is in a rural community or 4 months if it's urban. They have to provide information about how customers can move their accounts, and if someone affected by the closure requests a community meeting, the bank usually has to oblige. But the regulator says a bank's decision to close a branch is a business decision, which leaves customers like Valerie Robinson of Blairmore worrying about which branch could be the next to leave town. Jenn Blair, CBC News, Blairmore.